that his then fellow board members knew about the EBTs, the Employment Benefit Trusts, which have triggered the Rangers tax problem, have in turn led to a whispering campaign about the role of the SFA President Campbell Ogilvie. Ogilvie was the company secretary at Ibrox until 2002 and on the staff when the controversial payments to the players were being made. He's refused publicly to discuss the matter, but I understand, Chick Young, he has been chewing the fat with you. What has he had to say?
Well, I've had a chat with Campbell about this whole scenario. It's very difficult to nail this one to the floor, Jim, because certain people are making certain allegations that seem to be totally unfounded. Now, Campbell will not speak publicly of this because he feels it's not appropriate to make any comment while there are investigations undergoing into the Rangers affair. And of course, the SPL inquiry is still on. He did stand back from the SFA inquiry into what was happening at Rangers. Had no part whatsoever in being proactive despite his position as president of the SFA when they were making that investigation, but has said to me that he's very happy to be asked any questions by either inquiry by the SPL or the SFA about what was happening or alleged to be happening back then. This is a pretty straightforward case, despite what is being said about this. Campbell Ogilvie was indeed the company secretary at Rangers to 2002 when his role changed to one of general secretary. He went from an administrative role to one of legislative involvement and eventually finished with Rangers in 2005. But from the late 90s onwards, at no point was he dealing in contracts of players. The EBT cases, understand, everyone would know about that. What we have to remember, Jim, is that this was no secret arrangement. All of this was listed in the Rangers accounts for the years concerned, and people involved at the club believed at the time it was sent up legally. Indeed, can I just point out that as we sit here, there is nothing illegal about this. The debate at the moment is whether tax is due on this money which was paid at the time, and everything at the time was believed by the people concerned to be legal and above board. Now, Campbell, of course, gave up a paid job at Hearts to become the SFA president, and he's very happy, as I understand it, to answer any questions that may be asked from any inquiry into what was happening at Rangers at the time. And remember, Jim, and Sandy Jardine touched on this, we still not have a verdict in this. This could actually prove, bizarrely, to one of the great coups of all time if Rangers win this appeal and they have moved on, because they will have got these players. They will have been proven to have handled their taxes in a shrewd way.
Yeah, Chick, the truth of the matter is at the moment, and you know, look, we're not daft. There are hidden agendas on all sides. Journalists in Scotland are getting a doing because apparently we are all part of some conspiracy, even up here in Dundee, that we should have been steaming in about this, that, the next thing. You know, it's fascinating stuff on social media, and there are people who will not be persuaded whatever. What exactly is Campbell Ogilvie being accused of?
Well, I think that the whispered campaign is that he was, because he was a company secretary, indeed a director of Rangers at one point, that he would be culpable and not in the full knowledge that, and I guess the suggestion is that he knew that the EBTs were being taken out, and they were taken out for reasons to evade tax, not to manage tax, but to evade tax.
Suggestions also that he benefited from it.
And that is something. No, I don't think there is.
Right. No. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Are there suggestions that he benefited
if
from?
There are, I don't think if there are, I don't know about that. And he certainly he wasn't involved in EBTs. If that's what you're suggesting,
right, okay,
I assumed this was about his knowledge of what was happening with the players in a way to secure players that were high-profile players that would come to Ibrox for huge wages. I do not, to my knowledge, think that Campbell Ogilvie received EBTs, if that's what you're suggesting.
No, what I'm saying is that has been rumoured on various internet sites and all the rest of it. So that you're saying is not an issue. How tenable is his position? I mean, the SPL are having an inquiry, but not the SFA.
Yeah, the SPL are having an inquiry into what has happened at Rangers. They're not having an inquiry into Campbell Ogilvie. Campbell Ogilvie, people have put to, in my opinion, and having investigated this, Campbell Ogilvie was, as I said, the secretary to 2002, general secretary until until 2005 when he did leave the club. His let's be honest, his involvement in administrating what happening within Rangers became less and less under David Murray. David Murray's company, the Murray Group, were paid a lot of money for administrating the financial side of Rangers at the time. I don't think that Campbell Ogilvie would have had anything to do with this in any way, shape or form. Now, people are putting two and two together because he was involved at the club. He's now president of the SFA. That makes him a target. I'm sorry, I don't see how this computes. And if there's a suggestion that he was taking EBTs, I think they're way off the mark there as well. And as I said, he's very happy to answer. He doesn't want to be dragged across the media, which I am now doing this very second, but he doesn't want to get himself dragged across a war of words in the papers or anywhere else. But he is very happy to face anyone and answer the questions from anyone who's conducting an investigation into what is happening or what did happen.